welcome back. Welcome back. I got to drop. Oh my God, I waited too late to get my God target. Mm, mm, mm. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. I've been busy, 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 but I'm back. So as you all know, Trump um commuted Larry Hoover's sentence. That was a great move. We've been trying to free Larry for a long time. I'm so glad, even though he's now in the state prison fighting a 200-year sentence, you know. And hopefully Pritzker go ahead. The man's 74 years old. He gonna do more good than he is harm. He ain't gonna be out there gang banging and stuff. And he can put order to the streets because he's well respected. I want to see if I can find this because this is a pivotal moment for our time. Hold on, let me see. I forgot about this. It just came to my mind. Oh, I got it. Rod Hayes, and he from Pontiac, Michigan. It's a suburb of Detroit, kind of, sort of, you know. But he always talked when the kings walked the land. And I'm trying to, oh my God, when the three kings walked the land, let me see. He broke that so down. And he be on Black Magic. He be on Rod Hayes. Man, if I let me see if I can find that. And I just thought about it because I wasn't. Dang, I don't know why I was thinking I should have had this together. Okay, 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 okay. All right. Three. Okay, I found it. I found it. I found it. Let me see if this is it. Until they see the three kings walking the land, Mother Nature finna raise hell. It's about to go the fuck down. There's no way to say it. It's about to go the fuck down. They have to do something in 3D to translate it from spirit to physical. Once that translation, now they have to give an answer back from physical to spirit. The answer back was, what y'all waiting on? We waiting to see three kings walk in the land. Come on. Well, the trumpeter, according to the book, the final trumpet blows, then it's supposed to trigger a chain reaction from the spiritual into the physical. Come on. To produce the three kings. Now, the three kings, ain't none of these motherfuckers in Colorado no more. That motherfucker closed. And the inmates that was in there that wasn't part of the community had been moved somewhere else. They closing that motherfucker in real time, but y'all thinking business is as usual. This is not business as usual. That shit rap. Until the three kings walking in, Mother Earth is going to be raising hell. They know I've been posting it to tell y'all what's going on, but everybody watching what I'm saying, and they're not watching what the oracles is saying. The oracles is telling you days and time.
Damn, Nico slamming shit.
They ain't locked up no more. They out. Most of them senior, you just put it in law of physics. You can't stop this shit.
Come on.
Right? The only relief was for us to see three kings today. So they got the sun fall tonight for us to see three kings walking the land before Mother Nature takes over. When the majority of the earthborn agree to call forth the kings,
come on,
and anybody on earth who's holding the kings to stop them from being seen in the public eye, right? The problem,
oh my God,
it becomes nature takes over. You don't have to do nothing. That's why everybody keeps saying you ain't got to do nothing.
Sure don't.
There's no sense of being scared now. Because if you wasn't scared before, there's no sense of being scared now. The only motherfuckers need to be scared is motherfuckers who continue to do dirt and do wrong all day long, and all they heart is set on doing somebody. They want to fuck over everybody, but they don't want nobody to fuck over them, right? So there is a West Coast earthquake scenario that's been playing out in small tremors. If you don't watch the earthquake watch, you will have no clue what I'm talking about.
I'll watch it.
We have to deal with this, right?
So what he been saying for the last 3 years until the three kings walked the land, releasing Larry Hoover, Tookie Williams, even though he was what is that on death row when they unalive you on death row? He gone, but it's another king. Wait a minute, I think this is it. Let me see.
You know what I'm saying? How you doing? Come in, and I'm smooth, man. I'm smooth. Man, I like what you be doing, bro. I be seeing you on live and stuff, but they didn't really got on my last nerve. So to unravel the proper order is to restore the law of the land. The law of the land, first right to the earth right, goes to the tribal mothers. We grandfather calls them in using the tradition.
He's from Pontiac.
He's the dancer because
no.
You know, friends, you know, whoever thinks that.
This is not anyway. I'm gonna see if I can find it. But he talks about until Larry Hoover and Tookie Williams and somebody else walk the land, it's gonna be hell on earth from Mother Nature. And Mother Nature been hitting hard, and I mean all across the world. And I'm gonna get into that later. But anyway, I just thought about that because I wasn't gonna even do that, but it just came to my mind. So let me get back on track. So Trump commutes the gang leader, Larry Hoover. I'm so happy about that. The man, 74 years old, he is no longer a gangbanger. He is an elderly man. As part of a spree of more than 24 clemency actions last week, U.S. President Donald Trump commuted the federal sentence of Larry Hoover, the founder of the notorious Chicago street gang, Gangster Disciples, the GDs, and in the 90s was given 6 life sentences on conspiracy, extortion, drug, and other criminal charges. In addition to his federal sentence, Hoover still faces a 200-year jail term in the state of Illinois for murder and is unlikely to be released soon. A president is unable to commute state-level sentences, right? So we know that. Man, he serves, let me see. And he also, part of my boy, favorite rapper, NBA YoungBoy, and I got my tickets. So what's next? So they trying to get
the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any.
They trying to get Pickner
to and recover in the Black Card spa.
Give them
In a
clemency.
survey of 1,000 Americans, half have less than $500 in savings. With Self, 1+ million are building credit and savings.
NBC5 investigates what will happen next to Chicago gang kingpin and killer over 20 hours after his sentence were released by President Trump.
And Hoover is assessed out of the federal supermax prison in Colorado and into an Illinois prison where he is expected to ask for parole for us tonight. Chuck?
Allison, at age 74, gangland leader Larry the King Hoover has spent most of his life behind bars. Tonight, if history holds true, prison is where Hoover will spend the remainder of his life.
He better not let that man free.
His past is what the Illinois Prisoner Review Board said just 3 years ago when he asked for parole. And most of the same people that said no to Hoover then will make the decision now. Larry Hoover had
Free
already
that
been arrested
man.
more than a dozen times when he kidnapped and killed a drug dealer in this Englewood alley in 1973. William Pookie Young shot between the eyes, dead at age 25 for stealing drugs from Hoover's gangster disciple street gang. Hoover sentenced to 200 years in state prison. He would later be convicted of numerous federal crimes as the leader of a murderous drug gang spanning 36 states and commanding a criminal army of 30,000 soldiers. With this stroke of a pen by President Trump yesterday, Hoover's federal life sentences were commuted. His son thankful tonight.
I think he's been a political prisoner because of the power that he possesses.
When Larry Hoover Supermax prison here in Colorado, where he has been in solitary confinement, it will be in the custody of Illinois officers who will return him to a maximum security state prison. But in Illinois, Hoover is eligible for parole and return to the streets, a benefit that was denied him numerous times, most recently in late 2022. The parole board noting Hoover's role in this riot at Pontiac Prison in 1978 and his use of a decoding dictionary in his cell in 2017, seeming to support the belief that Hoover has continued to run gang rackets from jail, despite
not in 2017. That's a lie.
According to the 2022 Illinois parole denial, Hoover's past continues to impact his present and will forever affect his future. Parole release at this time would not be in the interest of public safety. What all this means tonight is that Trump's commutation won't matter and Hoover won't be released, according to this former longtime Illinois parole board member and chairman.
I think it's all symbolic, and I think it's all just drama because the president will know that Mr. Hoover isn't going anywhere and that he's not going to be released. He's not going to be given freedom. He's got to come back and fill the Illinois sentence. I think he can impress his friends, Kanye West, other celebrities who have been pushing for this pardon, but it's a Pyrrhic victory. He, at the end of the day, isn't going anywhere.
Just a couple of years ago, when Hoover last came up for parole, the state board denied release by a vote of 10-1. That single parole board member on Hoover's side is no longer on the board, but a majority of the others are, and they voted against Hoover's release less than 3 years ago. This time, they will be the only people standing between Hoover and freedom. Allison?
Chuck, thank you.
Y'all better free that man. He's 74 years old. Come on, free Larry Hoover. For real, free Larry Hoover.
Every shoe for every athlete, only at Dick's.
Fresh off a commutation from the president, the former leader of the gangster disciples will be transferred from a supermax federal prison in Colorado
Is this
to
the
an
same
Illinois
thing?
prison. And Larry Hoover's family is now
Commuting his federal Chicago gang leader will remain
pressuring state officials here to
Free
take the
Larry
next step
Hoover.
and free him completely. NBC5's Randy Gyllenhaal spoke with his brother tonight, and he joins us live. Randy?
And that brother is urging Governor Pritzker to act, but at least for now, that convicted Chicago gang leader will remain in an Illinois prison going forward unless he is granted parole.
I felt like he has paid his debt to society.
He has.
In Inglewood,
He been in there
supporters of
52
Larry Hoover
years.
say he's reformed.
He hasn't been on the streets in 52 years.
Right.
Wait for his risk from a supermax prison in Colorado. His presidential signature commuting his federal sentence. Hoover ran a ruthless gang empire from Chicago and from behind bars. But his son tells me his father, now 74, won't reoffend.
He's been in a closet for 30 years.
Right.
Sleeping on a metal bed. Would you? Would anybody?
His case for freedom has support from celebrities like Kanye West and those close to Trump. His family says the White House believed their story.
Believe that it was inhumane treatment, that it was punishment. With Drake and Ye, you know, that makes a lot of noise. That puts us in front of a lot of people, and that opens up the platform. But I don't know that affected the president at this point.
Hoover will continue to serve his state sentence of 200 years, is convicted of kidnapping and killing a drug dealer in this Inglewood alley. The Illinois Prisoner Review Board denied Hoover parole multiple times, and former members say that's unlikely to change.
The president well knows that Mr. Hoover isn't going anywhere.
We just saw that.
He's not going to be released. He's not going to be given freedom. He's got to come back and fulfill his Illinois.
And I'm with Rod Hayes that says until Larry Hoover is free, Mother Nature gonna tear this land up. And I believe that. And I'm trying to find that doggone video because I just thought about Rod Hayes. Now let's get in on to 1090J. I'm so sick of these culture vultures. He go on, the GDs is so happy that he was commuted, even though he in the state prison now. Then you had a culture vulture, and I'm sick of them, and I'm sick of us going on these platforms. No Jumper, Vlad, 1090J, who brings up a 1968 article. And if you know what was happening in the black community in the 60s, which you should know, it was a statement made by the police that he told who shot him in the high school. But the man came out and said who shot him. He said he took a plea deal. Larry Hoover never said anything. I never knew that a news article could be used as valid documentation when it was all, especially in the 60s, with the riots and everything that we went through with Martin Luther King and Malcolm X being assassinated by the CIA, which they admitted that with Martin Luther King when the King family took them to court in the 90s and the lawyer bought a book and the CIA admitted to assassinating Martin Luther King. Now, however, Malcolm X family, now I'm going off, is now asking Trump to open up the Malcolm X files so they can get justice for Malcolm X. So during that time, it's no way that a newspaper article can be used as valid documentation. And the man came out and said he snitched. And so I'm sick of us going on these platforms and support. And supposedly the GDs put a hit out on 1090J. And I can't say I ain't sad. I'm not sad one bit about it at all. Because I'm sick of them. They use our stories, our pain, our suffering. Go tell them, go start interviewing y'all white people. Start interviewing y'all white people counterparts and saying that you get all this money off of our pain and suffering and you don't do shit for the black community. And I'm sick of us going on their platforms. I'm sick of it. And this the one time that I agree with WAC 100 about that. But anyway, this King Yellow. He was...
mess with put some fire in your hand and bounce it around. That's what you're doing. You got the audacity to play with Larry Hoover like Larry Hoover snitched on you in that shot in 1968. Man, Larry Hoover locked up 50-some years, man. If Larry Hoover was a rat, if that was in his character, man, he would have told all type of stuff.
Facts.
What's wrong with y'all, man? You see this man trying to come home, just got the time. Shout out Trump. Trump did what he did. Then a lot of y'all talking. Okay, that man was 80X, man. That man was basically in 23 and 1, man, stuck in the cell. Now him being back in Dixon, he could
23 and 1. That means for 30 years he only came out of his cell an hour. For 30 fucking years. Free fucking Larry Hoover. For real. I mean, he served his time, and then you got a white culture vulture, 1090 Jake, gonna say a snitch from a 1968 news article when all hell was breaking out in the 60s.
walk around, be freely again. He could be who he is. He could live. That's even if you get all the time. Now he could breathe again.
Facts.
Try to sit in a cell for 20, 30 some years, stuck in a box by yourself, shower, everything in one room, and see how you will feel. They don't even do that to dogs.
Come on.
A dog get to go out and run out the cage. On my soul. But you so disrespectful. You so disrespectful, I swear to God, man. God gonna have something to you, and when it happens to you, I swear, it's gonna be something so bad. Like that.
Come on. Because they said the GDs done put a hit out on them. Come on. I ain't gonna drop a tear. Because I'm sick of y'all white people. I am sick of y'all culture vultures. Making Jordan Tower another one. Then you had the nerve to put your opinion on what's going on in the black community. You Caucasian. You ain't never lived and experienced what we have been through. But y'all make money off the black community. Then our dumbass, we go on the platform to get paid. They pay you a little money. They making millions off of our pain and suffering. Fuck Vlad. Fuck No Jumper. Fuck 1090J. Fuck Jack Lure, him. And what's the other? And 1090. Culture vultures. That's how I feel about it. And just like King Yella said, if something happened to you, I ain't gonna drop not gonna drop not one damn tear. This is what I'm gonna do. Not that I want anything to happen, but I'm just saying if it just so happened, I'm not gonna drop a tear. I'm not condoning violence. I'm not condoning, I'm just speaking in emotion. Because you should not speak. Whether he's infamous, he's considered a legend in Chicago. And y'all disrespectful to 90, and you disrespectful. And like Kenya, if something happened, well, that's just the way it is.
His life, he made growth and development. Everything that he did was change, growth and development. Y'all know what that is? Like, y'all don't understand. I play, I do all this. That's trolling to go viral to keep my name going. But if y'all thought that I was a goofy or some type of clown in real life, y'all got another thing coming. But for you to sit here and play with Larry like he ain't who he is, and like have people ain't gonna listen, and this ain't even for because the people gonna try to make it, don't say that, There's people out here that will put their life on the line for other people, man.
Facts.
But disrespect, like people really lost their life, lost family members to certain things in this world. Think outside of the box and between the lines and understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, hey, ding, 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 you're just a fucking dude. But 1090J, all you do is play with the black community. You play with nothing. All you do is try to tear us down. But you is the biggest rat.
Come on.
You told on your case initially. Then you told on the situations that happened in prison. I don't even care if it's right or grievous. Well, that's not snitching. So you right, hey Warden,
Writing a grievance is snitching unless you writing a grievance and it's specifically talking about yourself in prison or in jail.
That was John Doe hit me in my head with a lock and a sock. That's not telling. That's not telling. That's sneaky. You being sneaky. You trying to get some help behind the door. You telling. Now they gonna come to the cell. Now they gonna come to the cell. These people. With my soul, gang, you playing their remote. You the one that put it out. What the fuck would you bring up? But you a goofy for that, gang. You a goofy for that. I don't care what went on, and you fuck before some guy. I don't care. I'm trying to assassinate Larry Hoover character.
Right.
Y'all really right with Larry Hoover character.
Fact.
He came out and said Larry Hoover did not tell on him.
Sure did.
He did not. He said there was all type of stuff going on. Larry didn't make a statement. So who around? So now what y'all doing? Making fake paperwork? Y'all making fake paperwork again. 1090 Jake, I told y'all he do anything for the clout. He do anything for the clout. But you might as well just go get a big ass bow and arrow and put the target on the back of your head, your neck, your back, everything. Because that's all you just did to yourself.
Fact. Come on.
And y'all playing it, like it's a game.
Ain't no.
Like this man
ain't no shit. Chicago gets down. And 1090, you got a target on your back now. And I'm not even gonna say unfortunately.
A changed man now, a changed man. But like your name and who you is, your character and all that is who you is, man.
Facts.
On my soul. And I be damn a goofy white boy that has nothing to do with nothing. Come on the internet and play with his name.
Facts.
Larry Hoover told on the man that shot him in 1968. You know how long ago 1968 was? This shit would have been on the net. This shit would have been in the world, gang. It would have been on the world. It would have been out here. Why you ain't tell on anything else? What he gonna tell? In high school, I'm a kid. Somebody shot me in my leg. Yeah. You got the OG nigga who did it, that went to prison for it back then, said that Larry never did it. So why is y'all even on the net doing this?
But he should never have touched it. And just like I said again, I'm going to say it again. Fuck Vlad. Fuck No Jumper. Fuck Jack Lore. Fuck 1090 Jake. Fuck Jordan Tower. I'm sick of these culture vultures. They make all this money on our pain and misery. And we as black folks go on their platform to get $1. And all they do is use and abuse. They don't put nothing back in the black community. They don't even talk about anything positive that go on in our community. No Jumper done turned into a gang banging channel. That don't glorify us. We more than that. And when you young people realize that you are more than being a gang banger, going to prison, that you are ingenious. You are geniuses. You are the messiahs. And messiah means messenger. You are all this. You have so much ability. You are so fucking special. Your DNA as being black, ain't nobody got our DNA, period. Nobody. That's why they so jealous. That's why they want to be us. Everything we do, they copy. They copy. They steal it. Put their name on it. But that's how special we are as black people. We come in all shades and colors. There's nobody on this planet like us. And that's why we the chosen ones. All the hell we go through. It ain't a doubt in my mind. We the black woman is the only woman that has the mitochondrial DNA that we can produce any race. Every other race can only produce themselves. We are the mother and father of all human civilization. We are the beginning and we will be the end. Damn. Get it through your head, but I'm sick of them. I'm so sick of them. I unsubscribe to all of them. I am sick of them, even though I'm gonna run their content. I I'm sick of them. I don't even like King Yellow, but I got to agree with him about 1090J.
Y'all doing it. I swear to God, man, it's like even if you don't know Larry, you know Larry because of your connections, your situation, or the lifestyle of what we live by,
Facts.
the teaching,
Facts.
and that's growth, development, proper preparation, prevent poor performance, determination, dedication. It's just these things that we live by.
And when he talk about growth and development, one thing I learned about Gang Bang Special Chicago, it's paperwork. It's documented. They under the 5 and the 6-pointed star. There's literature and paperwork and rules that they live by. I didn't know that. Even in LA, they got paperwork. They ain't got the 5 or 6-pointed star. They don't have that, but they still have paperwork, and it really messed me up. And if you really know, gangbanging started as to protect us. Like in Detroit, we had stress, and stress would be white cops in Ford that just went through the black community, fucking black people up in the 70s, caused stress until we got Mayor Young in the late 70s who disbanded stress. But this is what the police was doing in the black community in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And they created gangs to protect us, the Black Panther Party, to protect their community against police brutality. That's the one thing. That's how it originated. And then the Black Panthers took it a little further with feeding the children and all that, which is where WIC came from. That grew out of the Black Panther Party. Man, I just wish that I I I taught my children. I did because I'm a history buff. I read everything. I see everything. And I create a library. They don't like to read, so I got to get rid of all these books. But man, we got to stop it. We got to get it together. We are so special. If only you knew what was in your bloodline. Man, I'm tearing up. If you only knew how special you are, black people, especially the men. The women are special because we carry that special DNA, the mitochondrial DNA. I'm gonna have to do a video on that. We the only women that carry that. Man, I wish y'all just grow up and just realize how special you are and stop doing this dumb shit. Because it's our time. It's a transfer of power and a wealth that's happening right now in our community. And only a remnant gonna get it. Only a remnant is going to get it. It's a great transfer of wealth coming. It's a great we coming back into our own. We coming back into our leadership. We coming back into our greatness because the great awakening is happening. Man, I wish y'all get it and receive it. Man, I tear up because I be so upset with us because we can do better. It's in you. It's the bloodline is in you. We chosen. Ain't nobody went through this much hell not to be chosen by God for real.
Like 1090J, like on GOD, like somebody gotta make that man gotta come see me. That man see somebody.
Facts.
Not police with you, don't have all that extra stuff with you. Just make sure you check it out. Cause I know how you move, police man. I know how you move.
Facts.
You tried to assassinate my character. Now you trying to assassinate Larry character. Like this man ain't like. Then the thing is this. Y'all see this man try to come home. He done did it. His kids and them high school, college graduates, people that's doing stuff. He done changed himself.
Facts.
Larry is locked up for a murder that happened back in the day, which the shooter, the killer, or whatever, was released in 1993. So why is Larry still locked up?
Come on.
2025.
52 years.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Y'all don't want to see nobody win. Shout out Trump. No matter what Trump did, what he's supposed to do. Now the governor, Illinois, y'all do what y'all supposed to do. That man don't deserve to live to die in prison.
Facts.
Y'all get that man 200 years. Man.
Facts.
200 years.
Facts.
200 plus years. Like, come on, man. Like that man is a chain, a grandfather, a great father. Come on, man. I swear to God, like that's not even cool. It's not even right. The way y'all do things, how much time y'all give people, and all that, man. And y'all don't have.
It's not how they do black people. But like I saying, it's a changing of the guard. Oh, this my boy. Y'all check out Brian Blake. He blasts 1090. And like I said, I'm sick of these culture vultures. I'm going to say it again. We got new people. Fuck Vlad. Fuck No Jumper. Trap Lore. 1090. Jordan Tower. Y'all make money on our pain and suffering. Y'all never come out and say nothing positive that go on in the black community. And y'all make money and y'all don't do nothing for it but tear it down. I can't stand them. Even though now I listen to them because we go on there and tell all our information and get locked up because they throw y'all ass in prison. They all the police. All of them. But I love him.
Over the past few years, 1090 Jake has found himself in a position as the final authority when it comes to breaking down the paperwork of cases related to hip-hop and hip-hop artists. His career was launched after an interview with Lockdown 23-1 in which he told many, many gruesome prison stories, one of which was the tale of how he got his face slashed by the GDs for...
He did that to himself. So he wouldn't be transferred to not a maximum, to a higher level than he did that to himself, scary ass.
I consider myself a pretty good listener. Today, while listening to Jake tell his story on Racks platform, that it was different from the first time that he originally told the story. So on today's episode of 1090 we will once again take a look at his interview on Lockdown 23-1 and break down his story. Now let's get to it. During this interview, Jake would not only tell the story of what led up to him allegedly getting his face slashed, but he will.
He did it himself, but I don't want to. I love Blake is good. Hold on. We're gonna deal with Larry.
And called me.
Hold on.
And so I believe that this attack on Larry Hoover's character is a reflection of that. In the video that Jake made about Larry Hoover, he included clips of guys dancing and guys celebrating the fact that Larry had his sins commuted, and was kind of mocking those guys for using the term Larry is free, not understanding that even if he's still incarcerated, coming from ADX,
Facts.
going to any other prison, not to mention a state prison where you get to move around a little more throughout the day and stuff, is freedom. You would think that one who claims to be so enriched in the prison lifestyle and have an understanding of it would understand that. Let's keep going. What I want y'all to pay attention to is how, even though Jake claims that he did all of this research and fact checking about this incident, he still took it upon himself to take this news article.
Come on.
Report this situation as if.
When is news article paperwork? Especially from the 60s with what the fuck we went through. I'm so mad. I don't mean to cuss because my friends, my Christian friends be like, Gina, don't cuss. I cuss. I do. What we went through in the 60s, and the statement came from the police. And the man who shot him said he took a plea deal. He did not tell. Newspaper clippings is not a legal document.
Hoover had actually cooperated with the police, despite the fact that there are multiple sources out there that quote James Highsmith as saying Larry Hoover did not tell on him.
Facts.
Some of these same sources identify Mr. Highsmith as a BD or a member of the BDs or the gang that came before the BDs. I'm not sure how accurate that information is, but I believe Jake was aware of this information and thought that maybe Mr. Highsmith would be happy for some clout, or thought that maybe the younger generation of the BDs would be happy about this storyline being put out here. And as a result of thinking that way, he expected to get a lot more support for this video than he actually got. Now, even though Jake just went on this rant about how he got 30 and realized how uncool gangbanging is, and even though he's always claimed that his videos were about sending the youth a message, in this video about Larry Hoover, he actually sounds
so what
like
you so you only concerned about, because all you report on is what happened in the black community, bitch. You don't report on your own people. Report on your own sadistic PDF file people. Report on that. Report on the satanic rituals that's done. Report on the Illuminati, the Rothschilds. Do that. Report on your own people. Leave us alone. We don't need you. I don't, at least. With your fake ass. Can't stand.
Smith praised for going into the school and shoot Larry Hoover.
Larry Hoover got shot on his first day of school. He was likely a senior since he was 18. Two rival members walked in the school and I'm a principal's office. That's some gangster shit. This doesn't make you look at Chicago like holy and like that forever. This was in the 60s.
And that's why the GDs put a hit out on you. Okay? Yeah, Chicago ain't nothing to play with.
Walking in schools with guns and popping off in the like that in the 60s.
But instead of the people and the youth from the city of Chicago being happy that he had spoken about him in the night and on that, everybody came to the defense of Larry Hoover, including the person accusing Larry of snitching on, which is Mr. James Highsmith.
Facts.
By coming out so fast and addressing this situation and debunking the theory that Larry Hoover told on him, Mr. Highsmith disrupted Jake's bag. Larry Hoover's name was dominating the headlines on this day. And pretty much this week, everybody was talking about this situation. So you got to think there's probably hundreds of millions of views being traded off of this topic. They expected to at least get the way it was dropped and titled, the promotion as far as No Jumper and all of these different blogs posting it. He expected to get 1 million views off of it, at least for it to be big. And Mr. Highsmith coming right out and debunking it not only slowed down the revenue, but it also damaged 1090 Jake's credibility.
Facts.
So what does 1090 do? He responds by calling Mr. Highsmith a snitch and attempting to damage his credibility, basically attempting to weaponize his platform against Mr. Highsmith now that he has debunked the theory that Larry Hoover is a snitch, instead of just coming out and saying, hey, I got that information wrong. I went off the article, but the guy who was actually involved said that it's not true. The ironic thing is that Jake says in his video that he only wants to hear from somebody who was there, somebody that's direct.
Now I'm gonna say this first and foremost, and with all due respect. If you weren't 50s or the 60s or a direct relative of Larry Hoover, I don't give a what you have to say.
But at the same time, he seemed pretty confident that this was, in fact, proof that Larry Hoover was a snitch, and there was not anything that anybody would be able to say to get him out of this title and this label that come with this situation.
This man was a certified smacker. Leader. But I'm considered a snitch, right? Yeah.
And a newspaper article is not a legal document, bitch. That part, ho.
Identified the two people that shot him, and they were rival gang members, and the police went to their house and got them. Now, he wasn't the only one that identified them, but he did. And not an excuse for that, you know what I mean? There's nothing that somebody can say that's like, because people will say all types of things to snitching. That's way less than what this is.
Imagine how Jake was feeling after saying all of that and basically confirming that Larry Hoover is a snitch just for the guy who actually did the shooting to come out and say, no, he didn't tell on me.
Facts.
To me, Jake's response to Mr. Highsmith proves that he had an agenda all along. It was not just about bringing out information and bringing people the facts, because the second his facts were checked, the second he was put on blast for having the wrong information, he responded with hostility. Even if Mr. Highsmith did cooperate in a case I can't confirm nor deny because I'm not familiar with him and his situation. But even if he did, that does not change the fact that he's saying Larry Hoover did not snitch on him.
Mr. Hightower took a plea deal. He came out and said he took a plea deal. He admitted to it, took a plea deal. What he had to snitch on? I can't stand him, Michael. I can't stand him. But see, I'm just sick of the culture vultures, period. They don't report on nothing positive in our community. And that's why I be so, no jumper, black, nothing positive, but they make millions, thousands on our pain and suffering. Jordan Tower. Report on your own damn people. Report on them. See how much you get. What? Report on y'all. Because you can't be us.
The newspaper was lying, and nobody has produced any proof that Mr. Highsmith has a case and was charged. Nobody has produced any proof that Larry Hoover made a statement. Nobody has produced any proof that Mr. Highsmith was convicted. That's all it is. So the end is still 1090 Jake is wrong, no matter what other
facts. Like, share, subscribe,
like
y'all.
I said, this is just proof that Jake was not here to bring us the facts. Jake was here to tarnish the reputation and character of Larry Hoover.
Right, which it backfired. But let me play this because wait, that's Byron Blake, and he go in on 1090 all the time. Subscribe to Byron Blake. I really like him. But I want to show. I don't like King Academics either. I want to show. Whack 100 talked to, and I don't even like Whack. He talked to Mr. Hightower. But I think, let me see if this is. This is Lock at Jay-Z. Let me see.
For me to improve his point or speak out and even have to defend himself over some internet stuff, just show how strong the internet really is. Man, and it's getting out of hand.
Please, man, I kid y'all not, man. It got so real, bro. If you want to get it right now, or you can't buy
him for allegedly being a rat. Now that had,
but he still has to finish his state time. And right now, Larry Hoover isn't set to be released.
Oh, I know what I was looking for. The GDs put a hit out on him. That's what I was looking.
You know, Larry Hoover told that a guy that goes by the name of James Highsmith, and I forgot the other guy name, that allegedly shot him or whatever case may be.
1090. That's what I was looking for.
A little bit after for shooting somebody else or killing somebody, and you know, it just had the internet going crazy because he showed.
Oh, here you go. I like this white guy. Now, I like this white guy. This is Pino. I like him.
Hey, shout out to the person that gassed your dumb ass up. Shout out to them, bro. I don't know who gassed you up, but you know, like I know, like the whole world knows, that boy, you better be walking a tight line. You better never get in trouble again. You better never, ever go to jail or prison again. All that shit you speak about, you better never go around that ballpark again. You might as well just put your country boots on, start singing shit, gone country, oh, look at them boots type shit, and start going to the chili cook-off, brother.
Facts.
Because shit is fucked up for you right now. And I ain't gonna lie. People gonna be like, Pino, you laughing at his miss. I'm laughing. I'm laughing. Fuck you thought. Then your whole basis of trying to expose Larry Hoover was a 1960s news article.
Facts.
From a police statement.
Facts.
Bro, you gotta be shitting me, bro. Do you know how racist the police were in the 60s?
Didn't I say that?
Do you know how much of a liar the police were in the 60s? Bro, there was no such thing as whipping your camera phone out in the 60s and
Facts.
Let me record this police brutality. Let me record this crooked cop.
Right.
Let me record it. There was no such thing. There was no such thing. Boy, your ass. They done let the GDs in the...
Because they used to beat the dog crap out of us in the 60s. If you go back and even Martin Luther King putting the hoses on you, beating the crap out of you. You had no rights as a black person with the police. I mean, even in Detroit, they had, like I said, they had stress 4 deep. And they would just jump out, plant drugs on people, beat the hell out of us. 1090, man, you deserve whatever you get.
That was even funnier. You went on Bootleg Kev. You went on Bootleg Kev podcast and said you decided to drop your flag because you looked around and all the other people weren't getting as much money as you in the blood subchapter that you were quote unquote representing.
He said that.
You said they weren't getting, this is your words from Bootleg Kev.
Yep.
You said they weren't getting money and they were all bums. So that's how you decided.
A white person calling a black person a bum, but all you do is show paperwork on black people. Whatever you get 1090, I'm going to say it again. Fuck Vlad, fuck No Jumper, fuck Jake, fuck Trap Lore, 1090. I'm sick of y'all culture vultures. All you do is talk about the harm, the pain and suffering that we have been through and what we still going through, even though the other people have replaced us in that category. We done stepped up a little higher. And y'all read between the lines when I say the other people is not the new us. And we done stepped up a little bit. But you stop it. Talk about your own people.
Drop your flag. Come to find out, that's a lie. But Corey King
hey Money Low.
Superior. And he got on YouTube and said, "You're no good. You're facing a push." And this was last year he said this, but we didn't notice it because nobody really knows who the fuck Corey King is. Nobody pay attention to that shit. We pay attention to the major blogs and the major outlets. But boy, your own head said you no good. Last year, from the grievance you wrote, so you didn't delete the pictures of you with these bloods going up, this, that, and the. You didn't delete those pictures because you thought grow up. You deleted those pictures. Pressure from your own set that told you you are no longer one of them.
Hey, boy. This one I like. Come on, Pino.
Your downfall is hilarious, dog. Your downfall is hilarious. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit is fucking funny.
Sure is.
That shit is funny. And it ain't like you could ever go back to jail. And I'm not saying it's cool. Appreciate that, smash that like. And I'm not saying it's cool to go to jail, but shit happens, bro. Shit happens. Especially when you claim to be this big bad person. You could be out in public. Somebody could mouth off to you or shove you, and then you punch them in their shit, and now you go to jail for a basic battery charge. You can never go to jail again. You can never go to prison. You can never go anywhere around the criminal underworld.
Facts.
Anywhere around anybody. I don't even think you can go in public. I really, truly,
Facts.
on everything I love, believe that you, Jacob Cherry, cannot go in public right now and fucking record and let an active, bro, you can't.
You sure can't.
You can't. You can't go in public, bro. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Like I said, this ain't just you exposing Boston Richie or you dropping a Pino interrogation or you exposing BG or Rollo or this is not that. I don't think you grasped that when you decided to make the video. I don't think that shit ran through your head that
Facts.
not your regular.
Facts.
And I thought, you're not safe.
Rock that part.
You're not safe.
That part.
Now, Pino can make all this go away. I can make it all go away, brother. Give me a call. I'll go ahead and put you up under the wing. I'll make some phone calls and I'll make this shit go away. Hey, start shine. But you, no more rolling loud. No more going outside. I don't know if it was your country ass girlfriend that boosted your head up and filled that shit up. It was like, yeah, do it. Or the bills was due. Or rent was due, and you thought, you was gonna get a waxing off of this shit, it's just a coincidence that he waited till Trump gave Larry Hoover a pardon to make a video, which totally and utterly bad on him, but make a video calling Mr. Hoover out of his name.
Facts.
But this is all the fuck shit aside, bro. I'm praying for you, brother. I am, bro.
I'm not.
I don't wish harm upon nobody, bro. I'm praying for you, dog, and I'm praying for your safety, brother, because you fucked up. Like, you fucked up bad.
Sure.
I don't think you understand that. Like, you still right now to this day, you might not understand how bad you fucked up a couple days ago. You might not understand it, and a lot of fans might not understand it either. A lot of fans might be like, well, just another criminal that he tried to expose or something like that. A lot of fans might not understand it.
I understand it.
But I'm going to put it into a perspective. Everywhere I've been in life, I have somebody affiliated with the folk nation. Everywhere I've been.
Facts.
Whether it has been in society, whether it has been jail, whether it's been prison, whether it has been school, workplaces, everywhere I've been, and you basically shit on everything they stand for.
So, right. And you got to pay for that.
You did. You made a boo-boo. And right now, Pino is speaking to you, Jacob Cherry, because I know you're watching. I know you're watching. The audience might not know, but I know that you are watching and you are listening. So I'm speaking to you. Be safe.
And on that, free Larry Hoover. Pixner, you need to commute his sentence, send that man home. He's 74. He did enough time. 30 years and 80x max on a metal bed. For 30 years, he been out 1 hour a day. For 30 years. Free Larry Hoover. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment. I'll be right back with something else.